Hello, good day viewers. Into this tutorial, I will introduce the probability to you. So, what is probability? So first we are asked the probability of an event A. What is the probability of an event A? The probability of an event A, it will be equal to the favorable outcomes. The favorable outcomes divided by what? By the total outcomes. So to find the probability of any event, so you will use the favorable outcomes divided by what? The total outcomes. There is one thing that I want you to know, which is what? The sample space. What is sample space? Sample space is like a universal set, if we come to set. So sample space is what? Is the number of all possible outcomes. So what is sample space? Number of all possible outcomes. So this is sample space. So let's say, suppose for example, we are given a coin. We know a coin. Suppose a coin is flipped one times. If we flip a coin one time, so therefore we are going to get either what? Either the top or the bottom or top. It means the top, which is what? The head and what? And tail. So the probability of tossing, of flipping a what? Of flipping a coin one time, so we are going to get what? Only head and what? And tail. So what will be the probability if I flip a coin two times? Suppose I flip a coin two times. So if I flip it one times, I'll get what? Head and what? And tail. If I flip it again second time, so in head I will get again head and tail, and also in tail I will get head and tail. So for now, what is the sample space? So I have to say I will get head and head. There is a probability that I will get head and head, and therefore there is a probability that I will get what? Head and tail. And also there is a probability that I will get tail and what? Head. And also there is a probability of getting tail and what? Tail and tail. So therefore the sample space, which is the number of all possible outcomes, should now be what? The sample space should now be, I'll have head, and I'll have head and what? Tail, and therefore I'll have tail and what? And head, and therefore I'll have tail and what? And tail. So what if I flip that coin three times? What should I going to get? So suppose I said I flip the coin three times. You all know that it is a coin. It has what? It has only bottom and what? And top. So therefore it is head and tail. If I flip it one time, I'll get head and tail. If I flip it two times, so therefore I'll have again head and tail. Also I'll have head and tail. But I'm flipping it three times. If I flip it again here I'll have what? Head and tail again, and therefore behind here I will have again head and tail. Also behind this I will end with head and tail. Also behind this I will have head and what? Head and tail. So if I flip it three times, what is the probability? So there is a probability of getting head and head. So what will be the total outcomes? Yes, what will be the total outcomes? Let me put it. Let me say here is the sample space. I'll have what? Head and head, and therefore I'll have head and head, and then I'll head and tail, head and tail, and therefore I'll have head, tail, and head, tail, and head. And therefore I'll have what? Head, tail, and tail. So therefore, head, and tail. So, and therefore there is a probability of getting tail, head, and what? Head. Tail, head, and head. And therefore I'll have head, okay, tail, head, and what? And tail. So I'll have tail, head, and tail. So I'll have tail, and head. Tail, and head. I will have tail, and tail. So this is the what? This is the sample space. It means what? The all possible. The total outcomes if I flip what? If I flip my coin 3 times. So therefore, how many outcomes did I have? 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, as you can see, I flip my coin 1 times, I get head and tail. And therefore, I flip my coin 2 times, I get this. And therefore, I flip it 3 times, and I get this. There is one thing that I need you to know. The probability of any event, is between what? It's between 0 and what? 0 and 1. What I mean is that, if we take a look to what? To this coin that we are flipping it, either 1 times, 2 times, or 3 times. We all know that if we flip the coin, we'll have head and what? And tail. So the probability of any event, it is between 0 and 1. The probability between 0 is what? It can never happens. It can never happens. What I mean that it can never happen is that I can't have 0 if I flip my coin, because I will get either head or tail. So therefore there is no more 0. So I will not get 0. So the probability between 0 and 1, what of 1? 1 is what? It always happens. It always what? It always happens. What I mean by it always happens is that if I flip the coin either 1 times or 2 times, I must to get 1, either head or tail. I flip it once, yes, I will get either head or tail once, and therefore I have to flip it another time. The same thing, I will either get either head or tail. You have to understand this. Let's take a dice. A dice, it has what? It has 6 total outcomes. When you toss a dice, either you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 itself. So you have to take note that probability is between 0 and what? Probability of any event is between 0 and 1. So therefore, probability between 1, it always happens, because whenever you flip or toss a die, you have to get only one thing. You cannot toss a dice and have either 2 and 3. It can never happen. You will only have what? 1. And therefore, probability of getting 0 is what? It can never happens. What I mean is that if you toss this coin, if you toss this dice, you might have from 1 to 6. You might not have what? The probability between 0, please don't be confused, is that when you toss a coin, the probability between 0, when you toss a coin, so you must have at least head or tail. It can never be 0. And when you toss a dice, you must have 1, 2, 3, or what? Or 6. It can never be 0. 0, it means you will not have anything. So therefore, probability between 0, it can never happen. So, in this example that I gave, let's take a look to what? Let's take a look to the 2 times. If we place a what? If we flip a coin 2 times, what is the probability of at least? Let's say question 1. What is the probability of getting at least 2 heads? What is the probability of getting at least let's say 3 heads? What is the probability of at least getting 2 tail? And what? Number 4, at least getting what? At least getting 1 tail. So, What is the probability of that? We all know that probability of any event, it is favorable outcomes divided by total what? Total outcomes. So, if I take a look to this my sample space, this is what the question. It says that if a coin is split 2 times, so what is the probability of getting 2 heads, getting 3 heads, getting 2 tail, and getting 1 tail? What is the probability of getting those things? So, first question say getting 2 heads. 2 heads. So you have to draw this using you can use the tree diagram. So therefore when you figure out this, the next thing is that you have to pick your what? The total outcome. This is your total outcomes. Or let me say the all possible outcomes that you have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore my sample space, I will say, let's say it's 4. My all possible outcomes are what? Are 4, which is what the total outcomes that I have in what? In flipping two coins. Okay, in flipping what? A coin but 2 times. So at least getting 2 heads. I have two what here? 2 heads. And therefore I have what? There is no 1 head. Here I have what? I have 2 heads. 1. There is no 2 heads. There is no 2 heads. There is no 2 heads. So the probability of at least getting what? At least getting 2 heads, it is what? 1 divided by what? Divided by 4. So this is the probability. If I said 1 divided by 4, it is 0.25. So therefore, this should now be what? 0.25. So there is what we call the chances. Chances, it is what? It is 100%. So what will be the chances of this probability of getting at least what? At least 2 hits. So I have to say this 0.25 multiplied by 100, which is equals to 24% what? Chances. So therefore at least getting 3 hits. So therefore we will not get 3 hits because of what? Because we are flipping it what? 2 times. But we can get what? We can get at least getting what? At least 3 hits we can get it here. So therefore we can't get it here. So let us clean it and say at least what? At least 1 hit. So at least 1 hit. We have a hit, we have hit, we have hit. So first the question say at least. So you have to check each and every what? Each and every of your outcomes to check whether the hit it appears. So therefore hit appears here, hit appears, hit doesn't appear. 1, 2, 3. So therefore I have to say 3 over what? Over 4. So if I say 3 divided by 4, what should I get? If I say 3 divided by the value of 4, so this is 0.75. 0.75, and the chances which is what? Which is 75%. So what of at least getting 2 tails? 2 tail. There is no tail, only 1 tail here, only 1 tail, we have 2 tail. So this is what? 1 over what? 1 over 4. At least getting 2 heads, which is what? At least getting 2 heads, it is also 1 over 4. So therefore this is also 1 over what? 1 over 4. So therefore 0.25 multiplied by 100, which is what? The chances, which is 25%. At least getting 1 tail. 1 tail, 1 tail, 1 tail. So therefore also which is what? Which is 3 over what? 3 over 4, which should now be 0.75, which is what? 75% what? Chances. So let's say suppose we have another question that says, what is the probability of at least when a coin it is split 3 times, what will be the probability of at least getting 2 heads? At least getting 2 heads. We have 2 heads here, we have 2 heads, we have 2 heads, we have 2 heads, we have 2 heads. Only this we don't have 2 heads. So therefore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should now be 5 over what? The total outcomes, which is what? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Divided by the value of what? Divided by the value of 8. So therefore, if I say 5 divided by the value of 8, this should now be what? 0.625. So this is the probability. So what are the chances? If I multiply by what? By 100, this should now be what? 62.5%. So what of at least getting 3 hits? 3 hits. So the probability of getting at least 3 hits, it is what? 3 hits 1, it is only 1. So therefore I have to say 1 divided by 8. So what the probability of at least getting 3 tails, it is also what? 1 over 8. What will be the chances? If I said 1 divided by the value of 8, which is 0.125, if I multiply by 100, which is what? 12.5% what? Chances. So this is not much harder. Whenever you are given, let's say, a coin or something or a dice, to find the probability of 8. So first let's take a look to dice. Let's say a dice. The sample space, the total outcomes of a dice, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what? And 6. Let's say the question says, what is the probability of at least getting 2 and 3? Probability of at least getting 2 and 3. So you are not going to add these 2 and 3. You will just count. This is 1 and this is 2. So therefore we have to say 2 divided by 6, which is the total outcome. So this should now be 1 over what? 1 over 3. So therefore if you say 1 over 3, it is the same thing as what? 1 divided by 3 is the same thing as 0.33. So therefore the chances multiplied by 100, it will give you 33.3%. 33.3%. So let's say we are given the question says, what is the probability of getting at most 4? So at most 4 we have 1, 2, 3, and what? And 4. So therefore the probability should be 1, 2, 3, and what? And 4. So you are not going to add them, but you will count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 4. So therefore this should now be 4 divided by the 6, which is what? The total outcome. So this is something as saying 2 times 2 divided by what? 2 multiplied by 3. This will cancel this. At the end we'll have 2 divided by what? 2 divided by 3. If I said 2 divided by the value of 3, this should now be 0.666. So 0.666 the probability. If I multiply by 100, it will give me 66.6%. So therefore 66.6% chances. So it is not much harder. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. This is all I have for you for today. Have a nice day.